This shit's fire.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another live Pin the Gas podcast, and it's an absolute honor today to sit down again with my friend and the absolute legend, Issac Woodworth. What is up, man?
What's up, Chris? How's it going?
It's going good, man. Going good. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. What are you doing today?
I'm just chilling. Watch the races today. Watch qualifying, my 03, my 02, all the good stuff.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait for the sprint race to happen.
Mhm.
We already know who's going to win that already. Marquez, to be honest, right?
Well, Marquez is the GOAT.
I wouldn't say all that now, but Marquez listen, he is one of the GOATs. Okay, so I retract my statement. He is. He's what he's been able to do to come back from all those injuries he had and still be at the top of the game is he's an alien for sure. It's hard to compare Valentino Rossi to Marc Marquez to Giacomo Agostini. It's all, even though Marquez raced with Valentino at the time, the MotoGP had already far advanced into the electronics and the wings, the wings were starting to be introduced and all that. So it was a different time period, but you can't deny the talent that Marc Marquez has, and he absolutely been brutally murdering everybody so far this season. First four
100%,
races, yeah,
100% pole record.
and his Alex Marquez is doing really good too.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, I feel like he might get the factory seat if Pego don't step up.
Yeah, Pecco, he since Marc Marquez arrived on the scene, his he hasn't been where he wants to be. I think a lot of that. I mean, just me viewing on the outside, I don't know how it really is. Nobody really does. I think the added pressure of having Marc Marquez there and then him showing up and absolutely just every session, pretty much destroying them, right? Has got to play big mind tricks already in his brain. So we'll see how.
Having a Marc Marquez coming up and taking the show from Pecco might not like. I seen a video of Pecco crying and Marc Marquez celebrating in the same box. So I bet that has some things to do with it too.
Yeah, again, it's that whole mental mind game, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
I'm here to dominate and win. And it's funny because me and Joe Lamandry had this conversation yesterday. When I asked him, "How do you separate the friendship versus the race mode?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that says it all. And that what we just talked about with Marc Marquez and Pecco, right? One side of the garage, he's absolutely crying. I'm not saying that they're friends; they might not be friends, but you being a professional racer and super fast, you want to, when you line up on the grid, is destroy everybody, right? That's the name of the game.
Once the visor comes down, it's a 1v1. It's you versus everybody.
That's right. That's right. Joe said it. I loved it when he said, "Yes, I want to crush those dreams." I love it, man. Oh my God, how true is that? Right? It's absolutely true.
You gotta crush all the dreams.
I'm crushing everybody's dream because this is my dream, right? So I want to be, want to win. So, and that's the mentality it takes to be in this sport and competitive and actually win. So, yeah, it's good stuff, man. Well, listen, Issac, again, it's an absolute honor to see you as always. I can't wait to get into this chat. The last time I had you on, it was still 2024, and we had what we called the Junior Cup, right? That is no more now. The Town Cup had done taken over. So let's pick up where we left off in 2024. Last year of Junior Cup, like I just said. Talk us through your 2024 season.
The 2024 season started off really good. I came out and I think I surprised a lot of people because I was up there fast. The whole off season, I was riding every weekend. I spent weeks at the track. I spent at the end of 2023, I was at the track for a week straight. During spring break, I was at the week straight. I was putting so much effort in on the Junior Cup bike, and I feel like that paid off so much. So I was in the top four top four in the championship for the whole first half of the season, and then Brainerd, I got my first podium after being robbed at Road America. Like I would sum up the season as unlucky, but I would take it as a huge learning experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Uh, like I crashed that barber out of the lead. I showed that I could ride there. I put my head down and I gapped him by a second, and I laid it down. It was my fault. I learned from it. Rode America. I led every single lap, and then I just drew the short straw and got taken out. But it's all racing. Uh, Brainerd first podium, so it was good. That weekend was a learning experience too, because our races got cut in half because of the weather. So after that, we had a 2-month break, and like I wouldn't say I slacked off because I was cycling a lot, but I didn't ride that much. I rode 2 times over the 2-month break, and I feel like that really hurt me because whenever everybody else is riding, I was cycling, and I felt like when I got to Mid Ohio, I wasn't as fast as those guys, and I kind of like put it upon myself to end where I ended because I didn't ride over the break, and I feel like whenever we have a break this year, I'm definitely gonna ride a lot more. I've been trying to ride as much as possible on my supermoto, and because the supermoto is like the only bike I have. I had the supermoto and the 125, so I've been trying to ride those at SFL and stuff like that, and it's really helping a lot because close racing with Avery and Julian, bumping elbows with them, getting ready for the big dogs.
That's right. Iron sharpens iron, right? That's the best way to
Yeah,
train.
yeah, yeah. Like if you're not training, like I feel like you always gotta, because we have like some of the fastest people in Florida. Why do you guys not want to train together? So whenever we do train together, I definitely think it's beneficial for both sides of the party.
100%. Couldn't said it better myself, right? And me personally, we've been friends for years, and I'm proud of your season last year. You absolutely stepped it up. You showed everybody you're a front runner. You're a force to be reckoned with, and all the mistakes throughout the year is just part of the whole learning experience, right?
Yeah.
Um, it made you better mentally and physically, and now you know how to prepare for the next chapter of your life, which is the Twins Cup. We'll get into that here in a few minutes. Um, all that's great learning experience. I was so proud of you last year. I think you did a proper mega job. You should be proud of yourself too, man, because
Thank
you
you.
absolutely killed it.
Thank you.
You stepped up to the stage and showed everybody, hey, I'm Isaac Woodworth. I'm here, right, and I'm here to
Yeah.
win. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, man. I love the mentality and the energy you always put off. It's freaking awesome, man.
Thank you.
Pat Sheridan says, "What is up, kid?"
What's up, Pat?
Pat's awesome. We love Pat.
I known Pat for a long time. He's a good guy.
He's amazing. And then we got Andreas too. Chris Simcoe, awesome shirt. You already know what time it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, so the 2024 season obviously was the last year of the Junior Cup. Now we're in the new era of the Talent Cup took over, right? They had the first race today. But we'll get into that, towards the end of the podcast. I want to talk about, Daytona 200 race for you. I want to talk about how the whole Carnes performance come together. How did all that come together?
At the I think it was Mid Ohio or Brainerd. One of my sponsors, Lemons. He like we knew that it was getting expensive, so we knew we couldn't do it by ourselves anymore. So we needed to look for help. So Lemons, he went around the paddock and started talking to Jason Carnes, and like we've been talking to him ever since like middle of last season, and we just built a relationship, and I got the opportunity to get a ride with them. So that's where we're at now.
I love it, man. I love it. And so the first time with the team, of course, you guys did some testing at Daytona, if I remember, with Levy and Elisa too as well.
No, we didn't. I wasn't with them because that was in October in
Oh yeah,
2024.
right,
I
yeah,
wasn't with them yet. The first test we did, like as a team all together, was at Homestead in January.
yeah. Homestead. I retract my statement. Homestead, not Daytona. You're right. So coming from Junior Cup to Twins Cup, obviously it's a step, right? So, what was your first initial impression of the GSX 8R? If I said that right.
Yeah. My first impression was because I rode the R7 last year, and it was basically just a stock R7 with the airbox and the exhaust, so it didn't have that much horsepower. But the first step on the 8R, it was I really liked it. It was super agile and was super easy to control. The power was immediate, and like the torque out the corners was like incredible. It has like double the horsepower of my 400. So like like everybody that hops on a bigger bike after the 400 is like big smile on their face because how much power they have under them.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference for sure, and by watching you obviously at Daytona, you were pretty comfortable on the bike straight away, right? You gelled with it pretty much
Like
instantly.
yeah, we're able to like working with Adrenaline Engineering and Kyle, we're able to get the nitron suspension dialed pretty quickly. Um, like going over the data, I feel like that's what we needed over the past few years, and I feel like that's what we lacked. Now that we have the data, we're able to set up the bike quicker, and like we're still not 100% because I'm not 100% with the bike yet. I still need some more time on the bike to get comfortable and get more experience on the bike. But like being able to like have a guide with the data is really helping a lot.
Working with Kyle Onsorg, which is an absolute legend in himself, right? That's
Hmm.
huge beneficial for you. Having somebody like that, his talent, his caliber of, I mean, he helped also develop the Talent Cup bike. He
Hmm.
knows all the data side, which I have no idea anything about the data side, but um, to have somebody like that in your corner absolutely is going to help you make those steps to progress even
Yeah.
further, right? Um,
Hmm.
everything he says, all the information, man, just soak it all in and take it in, and dude, apply it, and you have what it takes anyway to be a champ. We all know that, we see it.
Hmm.
So
Thank you.
I think it's amazing, you being with Carnes Performance. That whole team is absolutely amazing people, um,
Hmm.
and you're going to further progress through your career being with them. You're going to be absolutely a front runner in the Twins Cup this year. You, my friend, is going to be a problem for people.
I'm coming for that. Like Joe said, I'm coming to crush dreams.
I'm crushing everybody's dreams in the Twins Cup. I love it, man. I love it. So, you know, let's talk about Daytona. It was the first race of the season, right,
Mhm.
for the Twins Cup. Was that actually your first? I know your first time racing the Daytona 200.
Yeah, I never raced at. I raced at Daytona at in 2023 and the end of 2024. But they were on the 400, and then last year I rode it on the 600. But I never rode it on the national stage in front of TV and all the fans. So it's pretty cool.
Pretty awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, like going through the infield and seeing all the people in the grandstands. Each grandstand filled up all the way. It's super sick. So it was enjoyable for sure.
Oh, absolutely, right. So coming into your first race weekend with Carnes Performance at Daytona 200 on the national stage with all the cameras and all, but
Hmm.
you're used to all the cameras anyway because you raced past 2 seasons in Junior Cup. So,
Hmm.
but showing up to Daytona, did you and your dad Curtis have any, or the team, any certain expectations coming into this race weekend, or was it just like, you know what, this is our first race weekend, let's just go out there, let's have fun, and let's see where we're at?
I wouldn't say like the team had like a super high expectation. Jason knows what me and Levy and Elisa are capable of doing. So I feel like I had a higher expectation for myself, I think, than uh, than the team had for the team. But the team worked amazing the whole weekend, and I think like Daytona isn't really a rider's track; it's more of a bike track. So like I thought we were gonna be able to get up there faster, and I felt like I was gonna be able to battle with like the top runners. But unfortunately, like uh, we just didn't have it. So I feel like when we get to a track that a rider actually needs to be a good rider, and you actually need to have technique, like Barber and Virginia and all the tough tracks like the Ridge. I feel like I'll shine there because it's not much of a bike track; it's more of a rider track.
Facts. Daytona is such a unique place anyway, right? It's, you
Hmm.
can't take any of the setup and apply it to, let's say, Barber,
Yeah.
because it's just so different, right? And so the next round obviously is Barber for you.
Hmm.
It's coming up in next weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Is it next
Yes, sir.
weekend?
Next weekend.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
So, again at Daytona, man, I was super proud of you and
Thank you.
what you achieved. First time out, first time at Daytona, on the national level. You're surrounded with again Carnes Performance, which are absolutely amazing team, and also this year you have James Allen as your crew chief,
Mhm.
which is a big deal. James he's a racer himself too, so and he's super fast.
Yeah.
I love it. I think you are exactly where you need to be on that team.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing to see, right? Every time I
Yeah.
come by, unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend with you guys like I usually do because I was helping my buddy Eddie K out on his team that weekend. But again, it's always an honor to see you and the smiles and everything that happens behind the
Thank
scenes,
you.
all the antics, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was proud of you, man. I know your dad's super proud of you, and I know everybody at Carnes Performance proud of you. So this is the next step in your career to reach that goal and crush everybody's dreams. And it's an honor to be along for the ride, man. You're killing it, bro. You are
Thank
absolutely
you.
killing it.
Thank you.
Let's see. Andreas, real quick, says Isaac Woodworth, number 27. Where can I get some fresh shirts at?
We're gonna make some. The old shirts are out the way, and some new shirts are coming in. I'm thinking we're gonna make some for the new season. Have the new sponsors and stuff on them. So should be good.
I love it. Well, as soon as you make them, you hit me up. I'll Venmo you some money or what a Cash App or whatever, and I need another one for sure. The 2025.
Got you.
You should put that on there. Crushing dreams. I love it, dude. I
uh,
love it. Uh, Keith Kelly, yes, bro. He says, was good seeing you both at Daytona. It was an absolute honor to finally meet you, Keith. Too bad it was just a real quick, hey, buddy, what's up? A hug, and we parted ways. But next time, let's spend some more time together for sure. And then we got another legend in the house, Yakimo. Dude, what is up, bro? He says, Isaac, you're an animal.
yes, sir.
He is an
Giacomo.
animal. Yeah, Giacomo. He's another absolute amazing human being and super fast. Um, so yeah, so going to Barber, bro. First proper racetrack of of the season, and you
Yeah.
love Barber. So going into Barber, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm training. I'm training harder. I'm going to the gym more. I'm getting some more cardio in. I feel like I'll be more prepared than I was. My body, I would say, my body's more prepared for this year rather than last year. So I feel like I'm pretty confident going into Barber. I know what I can do. Uh, I know Barber. I've been on the ground there a few times, but this time I'm going for the top step. I know I can do it.
We all know you can do it and you're going to do it, right? And then we talked off camera too, you being teammates with Levy Batty, which is another fast kid, right? Well,
Mhm.
you guys ain't kids, young adults.
I'm a kid.
You are a kid, but you're still in that young adulthood stage, right? Coming
Yeah.
up to it. So I think when I heard the news, I was absolutely all smiles, right? Because you both are my friends. But the pairing between the both of you is amazing in my personal opinion because you guys are going to push each other super
Yeah.
super hard, right? And you're going to learn from the both of you guys because obviously his style is different than yours,
Mhm.
obviously, right? We all
Yeah.
see it, but you guys are both proper fast, right? And iron sharpens iron, as we always know. So when I
Yeah.
heard
We
of the
were.
pairing, I was like, yes, let's go.
Yeah. We were working really good at the preseason test at Jennings and Homestead. We were working really good together. We did some pretty fast times at both tracks because Jennings, the conditions were weird. The track, it felt like the track was like sandy. There's like no grip on the track at all, and we still did a pretty fast time. And then Homestead, I had 103-degree fever the first day, and then the second day I was at like 99, 100 degrees. But we did it pretty fast, and we worked really good together. And I feel like we're building a good bond together too.
Oh, for sure, 100%. What's up,
Can I
buddy?
try your mouse?
Yeah, you could try my mouse.
I need it. Because I can play Roblox now with it.
Here.
My mouse is it to me.
Sorry about that. Hang on, let me get here. You need this too. K-Tech suspension, people. and he's out, right? So my next question for you is, the beautiful thing about our sport is your early journey, obviously, into it. You come from SFL Mini GP, which I talk about all the time. It's absolutely amazing. The best program we have here in America, whether it's Jersey or South Florida. The whole dad and son growing up, SFL Mini GP, being together every weekend, entering Moto America, working as a team, right? Now that you are in a proper team where you have your own crew chief and your data engineer guy, what role has that played in you as a racer, being away from the son and dad team? Now you're on a proper team.
I wouldn't say like it's like last year we had a good bond. This year, like we're still flying together, we're still doing everything together. He's just not the one wrench on the bike. So I wouldn't say it's much different. I would say like we spend more time together because he's not the one working on the bike, and like we can do more things. So it's pretty cool. And like I'm just gonna say like, I'm grateful. It was all a dream. So I'm glad. I'm glad it is how it is.
Me too, man. This is the first step again to your beautiful journey and onto that championship on that top step. Everybody on the team in your life plays an important role to who you are today and how fast you are, right? It's because of everybody showing you all the support and giving you the bikes
Yeah.
and everything, especially your dad, putting all his time and energy throughout all the years, buying the bikes, prepping them. It's a whole lot of work, driving to the track, working full
Yeah.
time. I mean, it's a lot to it, but it's all for the love of the sport, and
Yeah.
it's all for you, Isaac. Nobody else. It's not for him. It's all for you. So
Yeah. I'm extremely grateful. He had definitely a bunch of unsleepless nights driving to the tracks and early morning wrench on the bike. So I just want to say thanks to him, and I love him.
100%. Yes, Curtis. We both love you too very much. It's again, that's the beauty of our sport, and the amazing thing is that's where it starts, right? The grassroots of our racing. But now you're in a team, fresh head going in, new season 2025, new bike. Bro, it's an exciting season for you.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see where it comes. I got what it takes to be at the front, but just time on the bike's going to determine that.
It's always seat time is the best time, right? Seat time is the best time. We got Northeast Jules in the house. What's up? He says the Skid Master.
Yes, sir.
And you do a lot of training on the Supermoto. You don't have your 400s no more. If I'm not mistaken, Jeff Servin bought them from you.
Yeah, Joe Servant has all my 400 stuff. So, and like he got two 400s and like motors for him, and then in return, I got a flat track bike, a Suzuki flat track bike. So I'd be training on that and my Supermoto, my Honda.
I love it, man. I'm a big fan of flat track. I think it's one of the best ways to train for road racing for sure. That and of course Supermoto, right?
Yeah, I love the flat track. I feel like because it makes you comfortable with being uncomfortable. So it takes you out that zone of being fully comfortable, and when it gets uncomfortable, you're so comfortable. So I love it.
I love that you said that because I said that with Joe last night. It's finding that fine edge of crashing in maximum grip is being uncomfortable in uncomfortable situations, but being comfortable at the same time, if that makes sense, right? Exactly
Yeah.
what you just said, which is a huge step, and it's very important to achieve the goals you want to achieve. So flat tracking in your future.
I'm just like I'm not super fast at flat track. I'm all right, but I wouldn't say I'm gonna take it serious. But it's just fully training for me. Like uh, whenever I get on a flat track bike, I'm just going to learn and just advance my skills. I would say, and I feel like anybody, like any road racer, I'm not gonna say like right away, but once they get used to it, they'll be pretty good at it because it's not similar, but it helps so much. And I feel like the skills from road racing can transfer to flat track, and the skills from flat track can transfer over to road racing.
I mean, we seen that today. That's evident with the talent coach Cody Kopp and a couple of the flat track guys never been road racing, and they just threw them in the deep end. And
Yeah,
they absolutely did proper mega job today. You know, first time road racing, you know, profession coming from flat track. So yeah, and then you know you're real big into supermoto, and I know you're devastatingly fast on that supermoto. And
Yeah.
that's the most you train is on that supermoto.
Well, yeah, like that's the only bike besides like my 125 because I have the Z125 Pro, which I actually had two of them, but I sold one to Lemon so he can fix it up because he didn't like how ugly it was. But uh, so during the off season, we don't have I don't have my 400 anymore. So instead of me and Alessandro riding our 400 and 300 together, we were riding the 125s together, and I feel like that really helped a lot too because we're going slow. Like we can hit each other, and it's not going to make us die. So I would say training on the smaller bikes is amazing, and I feel like every time that we got on the track, we were learning something. And like I could show you my suit. I have a tire mark on my left leg from Alessandro. So like I really like the 125 if I have a training partner, but if I don't have nobody to train with, I would rather be on my 450.
Yeah, and speaking of Demario, I know you guys are really good friends together. And you train a lot as much as you can together. Do you still also train with a bunch of the SFL mini?
I tried to, but I feel like no one wants to train with me.
Why not?
I don't know, dude. I've been trying to get people to train with me, but no one ever does.
Maybe that's because they don't want to lose. I don't know, right?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say like they hate me, but like we still like I was hanging out with Avery last weekend and we were on the boat together. Me, Andrew, and Avery. Like we have a good relationship, but like I feel like when it comes to racing, it's a little different. Like I love Avery and like I grew up with him. He was always with me, and I feel like now that we're getting faster, we really need to like realize that we're some of the fastest kids in the country, and we need to work together. Because if we want to go to the uh, overseas, like we need that because everybody overseas trains together, and that's the level difference between us and them. And I feel like we just need to start doing that for us to be better.
Yeah, I'm asking you the same question I asked Joe. Like, you know, you growing up in SFL Mini GP, there's a lot of the kids on the grid, obviously in Moto America
Mm-hmm.
from there. How do you personally handle the situation of being friends with them and also racing with them? Like, how do you? Where's the barrier at? How do you separate the two?
Yeah, like yeah, like these guys are my friends off the track, and like Alessandro stays at my house whenever he can, and like I have a bed for him whenever he comes over. Same with like if Avery ever wants to come over, I have a bed for him. But like when we get on the racetrack, that's like our career. That's what we got to do. Like if we're not first, we're last. So like right when I put the helmet on and I put the visor down, I'm going to win. I don't care who you are. And like at SFL, like uh I had a like, I was racing this husky, and it wasn't mine, so it wasn't set up for me. And whenever I had to like I had a bad start, and I had to catch up to Julian and Avery. And at the time, I went to go past Ella, and I crashed, and I made both of us crash. And it's kind of my fault. But like after that, I was pushing to get to the front, and Andrew went wide, and I just shoved it under him. I'm like, we're on the track. Like I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win. And even though it's SFL, like if I don't go on the track and be the best I can every time I'm on the track, then why am I riding? So I just need to be the best I can and beat whoever's on the track.
Crushing those dreams.
That's right.
I love it, dude. I love it. We
Thank you.
got Derek Sanchez. What is up, Derek, man? He says Isaac, and a big shout out to Derek, man. Congratulations on the first Talent Cup race today. I
Sure.
absolutely watched it. Me and Isaac had a conversation before the race. So yeah, it was you did amazing. I know you probably
Yep.
didn't finish where you wanted to, but you were absolutely fast, Derek, and you will get there for sure, my friend. So
Good job.
yes, congratulations, bro. Proper mega job today. We all watched it. Of course, everybody was glued to it because it was the
Hmm.
first Talent Cup that took over our beloved Junior Cup. You know,
Hmm.
so yeah, it was amazing to watch. But you know, speaking of 2025, going to Barber after Barber I know you guys ain't going to Road Atlanta, so they switched the schedule up. I'm super excited that you guys will actually be at VIR. I'm so glad they put VIR back on the schedule.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever been to VIR? I meant to ask you that.
No, never. I played on the video game, like on the 600s and stuff like that on Ride 4, but I've never been there in person, and I feel like it's gonna be extremely different when I get there.
You're gonna love it. VR is an
Yeah.
awesome track. You would certain tracks suit certain riding styles, right?
hmm
I think VR is going to suit you really well. I really do.
Yeah. I really like technical tracks, and I feel like that track's more of corners than straightaways, so I feel like it would fit me a little bit better.
Yeah, there's really not an AKA real straightaway at VR.
Yeah, because you're leaned over.
Yeah, and then as you come, the tower has a little crest, and then you straighten up for however many yards, and then you're on that break.
Yeah.
Going into the double apex turn one. So yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Do you coming from Junior Cup now? You're with Carnes in 2025. Everybody always puts certain expectations on themselves going into the new season. What standards have you set for yourself coming into this season?
Like I know what I'm capable of, so my standards are to win. Like that's all I want to do. So if I'm not winning, I want to say I'm fully happy, but I know what I can do, and I know I can do better. So that's what I'm going to go to do to win and win the championship.
Let's go. Right. That's what we want to hear, man. Winning the championship.
Right.
Love it. And you obviously have the ability and the talent. Not only that, man, it's a complete package for you, right? That's what a lot of people look for too, and as a rider is a complete package. And you, my friend, absolutely have it. So I'm super excited. Season coming up, man. It's gonna be a proper mega year for you and Carnes Performance. Big shout out to TST Industries. They stepped up to they're actually helping out Isaac and everybody on the team too as well. So you have some new sponsorships too this year versus last year. Tell us how all that come together.
Yeah, like all like I want to say I have fully new sponsors, but like from now from like last year we were at BPM. This year we're transferring over to Carnes and TST, and I feel like TST helped me out last year, but now transferring in to have like I'm riding with TST with Moto America and in the endurance series, the Wear Endurance series. So I feel like building that relationship is gonna really help us out a lot.
100%. And Bart's an amazing human being, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is, man. His company and everything. They're all great. And they did I watched that YouTube video they actually did of Carnes Performance at Daytona where they introduced everybody. How cool was that?
It was pretty cool. They got a nice media team, and I feel like that's gonna help promote us a lot. So I like it.
Man, I love it too, right? And speaking of, we all know that social media is a huge part of our sport now. Are you going to step up your social media game this year?
I'm gonna have to. I've been trying to, but like I feel like in my mind, like if I don't like it, I won't post it. And I feel like I need to get like kind of lower that and post as much as I can because it's all about the platform you're on.
That I had this talk with Joe, man. I think the best thing for anybody to do is stay true to yourself, right? Post what you want to post and how you're feeling. Charles Wright, he said, tap your headphones twice if you see my comments, Isaac. So I haven't posted them yet, Charles, but Charles says, yes, sir. The mindset, and obviously tap your headphones. So that's for you, Charles, right there. And then Tara, what is up, Tara? She says, humble and talented. Congrats and the best of luck.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's you stepping up to this year, Isaac. You got a big year ahead. Are you feeling any added pressure coming into the season versus from Junior Cup?
No, I want to say extra pressure. Like I don't really feel the pressure that much. Like being on the national stage, like it don't really bother me. So I feel like now that I'm on the team, like I don't feel like I have pressure from the team because we're all new together. So like this year is a learning year, but I feel like I can show what I can do. But I don't feel like there's a lot of pressure at all.
For sure. Every race weekend, obviously nothing ever goes your way.
Mhm.
100%, right? There's always something that arises to the top. Throughout the weekend when things ain't going your way, Isaac, how do you mentally deal with that?
I like you have to focus on racing while you're at the track, but like you can't like bring yourself down because stuff's not going your way. Like it's not always going to go your way, and everything happens for a reason. So I would say like keep a clear mind and keep a smile on your face. Like, as long as you have a good mood, like you're gonna perform better. You have to enjoy the people you're around because they're all there for a reason, and enjoy that. And like even if things aren't going your way on the track, like I still have the opportunity to race nationally, and that's a blessing in itself. So I can't be too like, yeah, I'm sad, yeah, I'm mad, but it's gonna be okay, and we're gonna get through it.
110%. I see again the complete package, Isaac. The way you think and um, how comfortable you are talking to people. It's amazing to see. So
Yeah.
Speaking of that, man, so far, I want to take it back 23, 24. What was your best race from the past 2 seasons?
Mm, I would say like personally, my best race was probably Road America last year in the rain because like I showed that I can race in the rain, and I showed that even like me and Matthew were going back and forth, and like I led every single lap. Like I was going to win, but unfortunately I didn't fit. Like I got fifth in that race after crashing, which is still pretty good. But I wish I won that race. I knew I was able. I had the ability to. But that's probably one of my best races because Brainerd Brainerd was good. I podium, but I feel like I had the pace to run up front, and I felt like I was going for that win. But the thing they did with the red flag and like cut the races short, I don't like it, and I wish we finished the race because I wanted to win. But we'll settle with the third place because it's pretty good.
It's amazing,
Wait,
and that you see it on the wall right there, right? Absolute legend. And speaking of this year, you're actually on nitron suspension. You had mentioned that earlier, and if I'm not mistaken, you guys are the only ones in the paddock on using that suspension.
I got no clue.
Yeah, I'm almost positive. How has that played a role into making you faster?
I wouldn't say like the suspension is much of a difference. Uh, Nitron's been around for a long time. It's been
Yeah,
around longer than K-Tech and stuff like that. So I feel like it's more developed, and I feel like people know how to work with it more. So like I can't really feel a difference. I would say it feels like more easy to flip, but that's it. Like that's all I can feel the difference on. But she's pretty planted, so
I love it. He said she's pretty planted. I love it. And dude, the bike is beautiful. It's a beautiful bike. That blue that they have,
yeah.
yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Chris Lewis says, "What is up, Chris? Where you been, mate?" He's a good buddy of mine out there in the UK. He says, "Hey, Chris, hi Isaac, how are you doing post surgery?" I'm actually today. I'm actually feeling pretty good. It's the first day since my surgery. I'm actually feeling really good. So hopefully
Good.
I go this Wednesday coming up at 10:45 a.m. to get this monstrosity cut off and cleaned up. And unfortunately, they're going to put me in another cast. So, yeah, at the end of the day, man, I'm feeling good. I'll just leave it at that. So, yeah, I can't wait to get this stupid thing off. As you guys see, I just want to. Oh, you don't even know, right? So, but yeah, how you doing, Chris? He says, how you doing, Isaac?
I'm doing good, feeling good, ready for Barber.
Living He's living the dream and he's also crushing those dreams, which I love, right? I love it.
So
That's gonna be the name of this podcast. Isaac Woodworth, Crushing Dreams.
yeah, coming
Oh,
for it.
not crushing, crushing dreams. I love it. So
Right.
your future is bright, Isaac. I mean, you got a bright future ahead of you. This season's going to be absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
You are going to win this year, 100%.
Thank you. I'm coming.
There's
I'm going to win. That's the
no
goal.
doubt in my mind. You listen. You focus on doing you. You focus on your training. Of course, your school is very important too. So you got to focus on that, right?
Yeah.
And everything else will come. You know, you got a great crew behind you. Your dad's always there for all the love and support. You know, even though he's playing a different role this season compared to the last, since you guys started racing, right?
Yeah.
But it's good for the both you two because now you can spend more time away. Your dad don't have to focus on, you know, fixing the bike or making changes, suspension, gearing, and all that. You know, you got James to do all that stuff now. So
Yeah.
which is awesome. So speaking of that, man, how are you and James, you know, your first initial impression of James and how you guys, you know, you've only worked together for one round, but how did you guys work together?
We work together pretty good. I feel like me and James have a pretty good relationship. We started talking before the first test. He messaged me and we started talking and we built a good relationship. And at Homestead, he offered me some of the Sour Patch Kids, and apparently that's a pretty good offer because he never offers anybody his candy. So I feel like he likes me too, and we have a good relationship building.
James, you never offer me any Sour Patch Kids. I'm highly disappointed right now. What am I, trash? Dude, that's awesome. That's one of my weaknesses is Sour Patch Kids, man. I see somebody open a bag of Sour Patch Kids. I'm like a little kid. I'll tap you on the shoulder and be like, can I please have a couple of those? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You know, I speak about this all the time, Isaac, and I've told you before how important it is for a rider to have a great relationship with everybody on the team, you know, his engineer and the crew chief, because that helps you be free inside your mind where you don't have to worry about anything. The only thing you got to focus on is crushing those dreams.
Yeah. I trust James a lot. Like, you can see his dedication to, like, after race one, and I came across the line, he said he got a little bit teary eyed, and he's so dedicated, and I love it. So I love to see it.
And that in turn is just going to help you shine too as well. That relationship together, you know, he again, you know, it's a plus having somebody like that in your corner that not only is great a mechanic, obviously, but he understands what the bike does because he races himself, right? So when you come in and you sit down, you say, hey, you know, the front's doing this, the rear's doing that, you know, this turn I'm good, this turn I needs a little work, whatever. He understands obviously the race language, right? So it makes it easier on both of you guys.
But yeah, when it comes to suspension, I talk to Jason and Kyle. I don't really talk to James about the suspension. James is more about like how I like the cockpit setup and how I want my brake setup and stuff like that. And like, it's like the bike and the suspension are two different things.
They
So,
are.
so James helps me get the bike dialed in, and then Jason and Kyle help me get the suspension set up.
Again, you know, I said it earlier, dude, working with Kyle is an absolute honor. I mean, he is, it was cool because at Daytona, it was the first time I finally got to meet him in person since, you know, I had the honor to have him on the podcast. And he's like, yeah, dude, stop by. I forget. We was in garage 30 and he was in 36, I think. And we was over there on Hot Pit. He's like, hey, Simcoe, come by the garage. I'll let you sit on my bagger bike. And I was like, bro, I'll be there in a minute, man. I got to sit on it, dude. It's different, right? Different sitting on a full-fledged bagger versus a normal sports bike, race bike. But you know, again, I can't stress enough having Kyle in your corners, bro. That's
pretty cool,
dude. Not pretty cool. That's proper mega. It's it's a really good thing. I can't think of anybody else in the paddock or grid better than Kyle when it comes to that. Besides, of course, K-Tech suspension people, right? Big shout out to Kendall Birch and Dakari because they are absolutely amazing. They worked with Isaac all the way up through, all junior cup now. You know, now he's in the Twins Cup. He's on different manufacturer suspension, but suspension's still suspension, right? It's still a shock with the spring and front and rear. So, but to have Kyle in your corner, man, I can't stress it enough. You're gonna
it helps out a lot.
Bro, that's major. It really is, man. And so speaking of that, do you after the race weekend, do you stay in contact and phone chats with Kyle and James too as well?
Uh, I wouldn't say I'm in contact a lot with Kyle. I don't think I ever messaged Kyle, but I message James a lot, and James messages me and keeps me up to date. And James helps me a lot with the physical side of things too, in the gym and food. So I message him a lot about that.
Also, Chef Eats. Obviously, you're still with Chef Eats.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
What do you mean? Think so? I love
I'm
it.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so big shout out to Chef Eats, man. Everybody hears me talk about Chef Eats all the time. He's not only is Jeff and Stephanie amazing, their food is absolutely top notch too. So
Jeff's a legend. I love Jeff.
Jeff is an absolute legend. We all love Jeff, right? And speaking of which, I meant to tell you, I had a phone. Well, me and him sat down before our podcast together. He was telling me that he was buying your guys's 400s and how what an honor it was to be able to own those two machines with all the spares from you and your dad Curtis. And he told me those are bikes that he'll never get rid of. He'll keep those for life, which
And he was telling me, he's like, I'm not gonna touch this bike. He's like, this bike is gonna stay with me forever.
I love it, man. I love it. Right. But that's so you got so many good people around you that love you and care about you and want to see you succeed. And it's absolutely proper mega, right? It's
Yeah,
there's everybody, it takes a village to raise a racer, right? And to have those good people around you all the time is and putting out good vibes is essential to you growing
yeah,
into who you are.
yeah.
Israel, what's up, Israel? He says +1 to K Tech. Israel rides on K Tech. You're right. Everybody at K Tech's amazing. So yeah, Curtis, what is up, Curtis? He said lifelong Chef Eats supporter. Absolutely, we are. We
Yes,
all
sir.
Jeff. I try to turn everybody on the Chef Eats. I'm like, dude, you don't have any Chef Eats? What are you doing? Right? Let me put you in contact with Jeff.
At school, I be putting my teachers on the Chef Eats.
Right? They probably come by and be like, that smells good. What is that? This is Chef Eats. You need to get you some.
I'm like, yeah, I can give you a discount code to get you 10% off.
I love it, dude. I love it. That's networking. That's exactly, yeah, absolutely, man. I love it. Speaking of that, you still go to public schools. You're not
Oh
doing
yeah,
online training.
and now I go to public school, Lake Murray High School, 5 days a week.
I think it's
From
good.
Yeah, I go there. I wake up at 5:30, and then I leave the house at 6:10. I mean 6:10, and then I'm there until 2:30.
I think it's good. What I was getting ready to say to differentiate between the racer and the average person, right? I'll say,
Hmm.
and going to school, going to public school, get your mind away from the race weekend the best it can because it gives you something else to focus on. Another achievement you need to hit to graduate, right? Which is important. So, is it tough for you to juggle between the two? Because it's everybody. It's a full-time job, what your dad does, working full-time and helping you progress throughout your career. Now you're with Carnes, he's not taking a step back. He's just
Hmm.
there all the time. So his role's a little bit different. Um, but for you going to school, how do you personally juggle that? Because you go to school, you wake up early, and then you still train, you still ride
Yeah.
full-time.
Uh, I wouldn't say it's super hard to juggle. So school's pretty easy for me. Last year they had me in honors classes, and like I'm smart, but when I'm missing school, it's hard to keep up because honors moves faster. So now that like I'm in standard classes, like I'm advanced in like math class and stuff like that. So it's not hard for me. I would say school's pretty easy for me, but just like keeping up with the schoolwork is the hardest part because whenever I'm out of town, I'm on the road. I'm not really thinking about that. I'm thinking about racing. So then I get behind on work. But uh, like once I catch up on work, school's pretty easy. So
That's good. Yeah, because you're smart. That's what you said, right? I love it. He said,
yeah,
"Oh, I love it."
yeah,
Oh my God. And it's important and you're not out there chasing all the girls or anything like that. You're focused on school and crushing dreams, which is important. Um,
right.
all that other stuff will come further on down the line.
I get home and hit the gym.
That's it, right? And so it's Saturday. We got the MotoGP sprint race coming on. The first Talent Cup race just happened. We will touch on that here in a few. Leading up to Barber, which is next weekend. Are you going to go out and ride any supermoto or the Z125? But before, or are you just going to do a bunch of cardio and bicycle training?
I've been wanting to go to Bushnell. I was supposed to go to Bushnell last weekend, but I was at Andrew's house because Andrew only lives 7 minutes away. So I was at Andrew's house, and me, Avery, and Andrew were out on the boat on the river, the St. John's River. And then after that, we went to dinner, and I got home. I mean, I got to Andrew's house at like 11. So then my dad called me. He's like, "It's too late." So the day after that, I went to the ocean, and we were on the boat on the ocean. So it was a chill weekend. I feel like it's good to have a chill weekend sometimes, clear the mind. We had some fun. We were on the tube. We were tubing. I learned how to kneeboard. So it was pretty cool. But I feel like I want to go to Bushnell tomorrow.
Bushnell tomorrow. I love it, man. I want to plan a trip for me and my boy to come down there and hang out with you guys for the weekend and ride some SFL Mini GP.
You got to. SFL GP is legendary.
I'm gonna make it happen. I was supposed to come in October with that, but the hurricane killed all that at the Heron compound. So
yeah,
my dreams got crushed that weekend, right? Yeah, the future is bright, man. Listen, you're an absolute proper mega star, bro. You are a legend. You are gonna go far in this sport. You absolutely have what it takes to succeed. And
thank you.
I can't wait because I know that first win is going to be not only emotional for you and your dad, but it's going to be emotional for me and everybody else that's been a part of this journey. So, you, my friend, you are right there. I mean, it's right there, right? Maybe this weekend, next weekend, you'll be on that top box, and
I'm going for it. I know I can do it,
dude. Of course you can. Absolutely. I love the confidence, and that's absolutely what you need to have to be in this sport, right? It's the confidence. I love it, Isaac. You, my friend, is proper mega. So, speaking of, let's just touch base real quick on the Talent Cup, man. First race this season. I love Moto America. We all do. I think it was kind of a missed opportunity that we didn't get to see and now we don't know the reasons behind it of the practice session because it wasn't televised. They just posted the results. But, going into the weekend with the lineup that they have in there, which is obviously half the grid of Junior Cup was, but still a lot of people in there. We have some flat track kids in there too as well that's never road raced in the mix. We got Kenny Roberts back in the paddock.
A lot of flat track kids in there are in that class.
2 or 3 from Australia, if I'm not mistaken.
2 from Australia, Sam Drain and Bodie.
Yep. It's going to be a crazy year this year. It's definitely different, and seeing the race today, we have Juju in SFL Mini GP, Michael Carrera's kid. He also races in a British Talent Cup. He's actually doing double duties this year, which is absolutely amazing. And of course we got Ella, we got Derek Sanchez King, we got Chase Black, Carson King, of course, again, DeMario, and he absolutely murdered it today.
Crushed it. He told me, he was like, I'm going to destroy him.
He crushed the dreams today for sure. 110%. He was one thing that DeMario does really, really well is right out the box. He is so fast, from lap 1. And that's what broke the field today. He got out front, turn 1, and that was it. He checked out.
Right? Down and went, yeah. It was pretty cool. I was telling him because I called him last week before he left. He was like, yeah, I'm going to destroy him. He's like, that's all I'm going to do. He's like, if I don't destroy him, I'm not fast enough.
I love it, man. I love it. So big shout out to Alessandro, bro. You absolutely murdered it today, and congratulations to all my friends. Jillian Carrera, you did an absolutely amazing job. Carson King did good. Jace Black. I mean, I'm proud of all my friends that they showed up. Ella did great. I mean, it was a battle, right? I mean, whereas at Coda, they're racing on a 350, what was 50 horsepower, right? So
Yeah.
It was a great race. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. The bikes looked like they handled well. The only thing I saw was the rear end the rear end looked like it was chattering to the corners. I think it's because it doesn't have a slipper clutch. But I feel like the more they have time to develop the bike, the better it's gonna get. Alessandro did his thing. He won. But the second, like him and Bodie broke away from everybody, but Bodie wasn't close enough to Alessandro. Alessandro touched the win, but the battle for third was really good. A lot of close racing. I like the passes I've seen. It looked like some clean racing, and maybe I gotta throw some Dukes in there.
We got to get you in for a wild card, bro.
It would be pretty cool if I could.
Yeah, I mean, me and your dad was actually talking about that the other day. You coming from, obviously the past 2 years in Junior Cup, now it's the Talent Cup. What are your views and opinions on the Kramer 350? I know you haven't had an opportunity to ride it, but you was in the past two previous classes. But from the outside looking in, what do you think about it?
I feel like I didn't really like it at first because how much support the Junior Cup had. We had 30 bike grid sometimes, and now we're at 15. So I feel like if it doesn't grow in the next year or two, then I don't think it will be around for that much longer. But it looked like it was some good racing. The bike looked pretty good. It looked pretty solid, and like the speeds were pretty good. I seen Sam Drain had 120 miles an hour. That's pretty fast for a 350. So I feel like it's a good program, but I would say more of a spec bike like the Honda NSF would have been a better platform. But Kramer Kramer's developing the bike, so we'll see how it would turn out in the next year or two.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I feel like and I talk about all the time. Again, we love Moto America. We'll just see how it pans out. I think the it's a beautiful bike. It's set up. It's got proper suspension. You can do all the geometry changes, which is awesome.
Did you hear me?
No, I'm talking. I got headphones in.
Oh, my bad. I'm gonna close your door.
Yes, please close my door.
Screaming.
You always be screaming on that video game. So my son's in there probably either playing Fortnite or Roadbucks, whatever it's called. I know. Do you still play Fortnite?
Oh nah, me and Alessandro used to be on that Fortnite grind, but we quit playing. So I play like Supercross games and Ride 4 and Ride 5 and MotoGP.
Man, I don't, man. I never really got into the Supercross games too much. I was always into obviously road racing. So well, obviously I can't play no video games right now, but yeah, Ride 5 is definitely my go-to game for sure. But yeah, back to the Talent Cup real quick. I think it's going to be an interesting season. It'll be an interesting year. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I see from today alone, it's hard to judge and make judgments on obviously the upcoming racing just because DeMario absolutely murdered everybody. That's might not be the case at other tracks we go to, but we shall see. Again, the bike's beautiful. I'm just wondering how the whole spares packages and all that's going to work out because if I'm not mistaken, Kramer's going to have their own semi truck there full of spares in case anything happens. You can go there and get and get what you need.
Like I know somebody had a problem with their bike and they couldn't get any spares, but I feel like when it comes to the national event, they'll have set amount of spares, and it's just like a matter of who gets it first. So
yeah, I mean, again, we'll see how the season pans out. It's different. It's unordinary, a kind of unorthodox for it to be a Kramer bike. You know, whenever the rest of the world's on NSF 250s, right, or
Yeah,
125s.
like the programs that are using the NSF, like just use it to use it. They're not using it because Honda's throwing money at it. So I feel like that's what maybe Motor America should have done. But Kramer put some money up, and no one's gonna turn down a whole bunch of money.
No, because people got to realize first and foremost, Moto America's they're all business. It's business
Yeah.
first, right? Whether it's World Superbike, MotoGP, yada yada yada, F1, it's all business first. So, but yeah, interesting year for sure. It's gonna be, and if I'm not mistaken, they actually race at Coda twice this year. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, I have no clue.
Yeah.
I know they race next weekend at Barber, so I'll be able to watch it firsthand there. So should be pretty cool.
I know I was supposed to be at Texas this weekend, but after my surgery, the doctor said absolutely no flying. So hence here I am having this conversation with you and watching it on TV, right? But
Right.
it's always different in person when you watch it on TV versus you're there and watching it in person. You get the smell and the aura and the energy and all that good stuff that goes along with it. So yeah, it'd be exciting. They, if I'm not mistaken, they come to VIR too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because I know they do Barber, they do Road America. That'd be pretty cool.
Road America is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, you just have them, no, like 20 of them.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to be good. And then, of course, with MotoGP today, obviously the sprint race. Hopefully, it hadn't started yet. But if not, it's okay because I got the app. I can just go back and rewatch it after the race. Going into this weekend, obviously Marc Marquez is absolutely crushing dreams, just like DeMario did today, just like what you're going to do in Twins Cup this year. So,
right.
We're this will be the fourth race into the MotoGP season.
Yeah, the third, race. I think. Third.
They've already done 2 rounds, so they've done 4 races. So this will be the fifth race today.
Yeah, that's right.
And he absolutely
Mark's undefeated, man. 100% pole record. He's doing good. I feel like if they don't step up, Mark's gonna stay winning.
I couldn't said it better myself. That's why I got nothing to say. I mean, it's and his brother Alex stepped up to the game too, huge this year. He's has not been off the podium. It's been in the top the whole time too. So it's
good on it. Yeah.
He on it, man. Honda's coming back. Honda's Mir did really good. Marini's done good. Zarco was doing good. Go ahead.
I was going to say that like Honda had to take a step back because like they're a Japanese company, so whenever COVID came around, they had to take a step back. And I feel like now that they're kind of catching up to I wouldn't say they're not fully catching up to Ducati, but they're catching up to Aprilia, and the KTMs are kind of falling back, but Honda's definitely stepping up.
Yeah, man, that's a whole nother thing. Jorge Martin's not here because of injury, so he missed the first 2 rounds. Plus, he only got 17 laps in testing, but before he hurt himself. This weekend, Bezecchi did not have a good start. The Aprilia kept going in whatever limp mode it kept going with because of the temperatures. Were a lot cooler than I guess the sensors and all that puts it in this conservation mode to where it won't hurt the engine at all. This year's exciting, man. I mean, look at Morbidelli's stepped up his game. The old Morbidelli's back. Gian Antonio's absolutely crushing it. It's really good to see my man Jack Miller, which I'm a huge fan of Miller. It's good to see him up there in the top 10 pretty much the whole season so far. He's gelled with that bike better than most people thought that he was going to do. Dude, he's a legend, bro. I love Jack Miller. He's one of my favorites, hands down.
Cool.
It's not that his speed, because he's just, dude, he's a nuclear bomb on a bike, meaning that he is just absolutely amazing fast, right? But his whole personality and the way he interacts with everybody is just, dude, he's top notch, 110%.
For sure.
Yeah, and then of course, we got Zarco. He stepped up his game. Quartararo looks like he's doing better on the Yamaha. Alex Ren's not so much because he's still down there. Igora in the rain session was 7 seconds off or 6 seconds off the pace. He's actually, stepped it up in the dry. So he's going to be, I think in the future, Igor is going to be absolutely up there for sure. As far as Kate, go ahead.
He's been advancing a lot. After he won the Moto2 championship, he's been trying to win that for who knows how many years. But now he finally got it. I feel like he's taking a step up and he's adapting a lot faster than other riders are.
It's always, you said it before in the podcast, man, coming from, Junior Cup, stepping on the Twins Cup, the power and the brakes and everything is just so much more, right? Same thing, Moto2 to MotoGP. Just is, I personally think, this is just my personal opinion. What the fuck do I know? But being a fan so long, I think it's more of a step coming from Moto3 to Moto2 than Moto2 to MotoGP.
Oh, yeah, because you go from a 250 to a 750 instead of a 750 to a 1000. So it's a huge jump.
And then I think next year, well, in 2027, that's gonna be less of a jump too, because they're going down in 850 cc's, right?
So now it's only 100 cc's they got to jump.
It's only 100 cc's they got to jump. I'd love to see them change the format in Moto3 and make it to where it's not such a big, huge jump from Moto3 to Moto2. And the reason why I say that is because we've had past champions in Moto3 that get on a Moto2 bike and they're just right.
Yeah, like David Alonso, like he won almost every race last year, and now I don't think he's won yet. So crazy.
I just see it because it's such a big jump. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really a big step, but you have certain riders that'll be dominant on a Moto3 when they step up to a bigger bike. It's just hard for them to work it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, this whole year is absolutely amazing. We've had a lot of changes, a lot of throughout all the paddock, whether it's Moto America, World Superbike, MotoGP. So it's going to be an exciting year. We got Ryan Vickers from BSB in World Superbike. Bradley Ray went from BSB to World Superbike. Now he's back in BSB. There's a lot of changes, and that Daytona 200, man. We had, of course, Peter Hickman back. We had Richard Cooper back. Yeah, we had Matt and Harry Truelove, fucking Michael Dunlop, the legend, dude. Which when I met Michael Dunlop, bro, I was like, everybody knows the TT is my best. I love the TT more than anything in this world, and to finally meet one of my heroes in life and in person, and how cool he was. I was just like, it's like when I met Keanu Reeves, I'm like, is this actually happening? I'm having a conversation with Johnny Utah, and it was crazy though too, man, because when I got to meet him, when I talked to him, dude, it was like time slowed down, like almost stopped. And as soon as I turned away from him and took 2 steps, like everything went and fast forward. And I was just like, whoa, did that really happen? Right. It was a very surreal experience. So yeah, it was 2025 started off absolutely proper mega for me too, as
pretty
well.
Cool.
So, yeah, dude, meet John Wade, dude, kidding me right now? Such a humble guy, man. I'm glad to see that Arch is in the paddock. It's huge, right? And then Super Hooligan class. Corey Alexander's the rider. He's absolute amazing. He has his own podcast, Pipe Dreams, him and James Ripsoli. So if you guys, get a chance, go check it out. Plug for Pipe Dreams podcast. I listen to him myself. So yeah, let's go. We got David Batty, bro. What is up, my man? He says, hi, Chris. How are you doing, bro? I can't wait to see you again back in the paddock. He says, love the teammate from Levy. Yes, dude. Talking about you, Isaac.
What's up?
Absolutely amazing. Many greetings from Belgium. Many greetings from here in the United States, baby. Let's go. I love it. Dude, David's awesome, man. Levy's dad's just an amazing human being. Matter of fact, last year, Junior Cup, at Jersey, I got to meet, oh my God, I can't remember the guy's name. He's a big supporter of Isaac from over there.
Levy?
Yeah. He's a sponsor. He's been a sponsor for Levy for a while. I finally got to meet him. He was absolutely amazing too. So, that's one thing I always say, man, our beautiful paddock, man, our beautiful circus. You meet friends from around the world and people that you instantly bond with everybody, because for our same mutual love for two wheels, right?
Yeah.
It's absolutely a flip. Yes.
You guys all love the same passion. Like y'all have the same passion, love the same thing.
We do. Absolutely. And that's what that's our glue. That is our glue right there. David said Flip. Yes, I'm pretty sure that was his name was Philip. I said Flip. Philip, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome to meet him. So I wish I had a shirt to give him. So Dave, you tell him that because he asked me for a shirt. Tell him next batch of shirts I get in, I'll send one for him. So yeah, man, Isaac, listen, dude, 2025 is a mega year for you, bro. This is the dream crushing year for you, right? We're gonna go out there and crush everybody's dreams, man, and be on the top box. Nothing but love and support for you as always, man. I can't wait to catch up with you back in the paddock and hang out with you and your dad. Hopefully you guys will make Atlanta, even though you guys are spectating only, but that'll give us an opportunity to actually hang out during the weekend. We do see each other on the weekend and we hang out, a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there. But again, I understand that when I show up to the race weekend, you're there to do your job, right? I'm there to have fun and do all my podcasting and do all that. But, I got to keep the two separate, right? Because you got to focus on doing what you do. But in between the sessions, I always come by and nothing but loves, hugs, and smiles. So I always look forward to that. But it'll be a change if you actually get to make it out there. Me and your dad can actually walk around for a couple hours and hang out and, talk to everybody and have a good time. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Dave says, I'll tell him, and I also need a shirt. Dave, you already know I got you, baby. 110%. As soon as I get sworn in, I got you. Did I get you a shirt, Isaac?
I got one of your old shirts. I don't know if I got a new shirt yet.
I gave your dad one. Your dad's got mine.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Yeah. No worries. I got you covered too, buddy.
Let's do it.
As soon as I get more in, I got you covered. I'll give you some. I'll get you some more stickers too, you and Dave and everybody else. So,
thank you.
Nah, dude, thank you, man. It's always an honor to sit down and have these conversations. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let Isaac in this podcast, but first, I just want to say, man, it's without Isaac and his dad Curtis and Levy and Elisa and everybody that's ever been on my podcast coming on here, I would not be able to do what I do. So nothing but love and support to every single one of you. Man, I love all you guys and girls because, again, without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. And it's an absolute honor. It's big shout out to the whole Carnes Performance crew this year. If you guys are at the Moto America race, please stop by. Show Isaac, Livy, and Elisa all your love and support. Hopefully by then, Isaac will have some shirts and Carnes Performance will too. So you guys pitch in, get you guys some shirts and stickers and t-shirts. The autograph session, please show up, get your picture taken with Isaac, Levy, and Elise, and get those posters, hang them up on your wall, and bring kids to the Moto America races. Matter of fact, I want everybody this year that goes to a Moto America race, when you bring your kids, bring your friends' kids that's never been there. Bring their parents that's never been there. Bring new people into the sport. That'll also help it grow too as well. So big shout out.
We need as much support as possible.
110%, bro. Big shout out to everybody that supports me along this journey, man. The list is long. I always give everybody a shout out on here, obviously. So of course I start with Next Level Financial. They're absolutely amazing. Seth Starnes, he has a suspension company also called Next Level Suspension. He does the whole financial side of things too now. So you guys look him up, give him a shout out, and get on track. He does all kinds of stuff with the financial side, 401k, retirement, dude, you name it, he does it all, right? Plus he's in the game, so he understands what it takes financially to stay afloat in this game. So you guys give him a shout out. Next Level Financial. And of course, bisontrack.com. I usually have my Bison hat. That's why I pointed to it, right? But I'm an ambassador for Bison. To me, they're the most amazing people you're going to meet. I have a lot of friends that make custom leather suits. You're not going to go wrong by ordering any of them from any of them. My buddy Isaac right here, he's in Envy. So big shout out to Envy too. But I need all you guys and girls go to bisontrack.com. What are you guys doing? It's 2025. You love yourself. You deserve it. Get you a full custom suit. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to Chef Eats. Everybody hears me talk about Chef Eats all the time. You guys can use a discount code Pin the Gas and get 10% off all your orders, just like Isaac's, right? So big shout out to TST Industry and Bart. If you guys need anything for your motorcycles, man, hit them up. The Clothing Kings. All my friends can go to theclothingkings.co.uk out there in the UK and get all your Pin the Gas merch shipped straightly from the UK. I got a lot of inquiries about that soft shell jacket I got, and that's exactly where it come from. The Clothing Kings. Big shout out to Eric at Superbike Supply. Hashtag do it for dad. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP, the best program we have here in America, hands down. So if anybody's interested in learning how to ride or just want to race or just show up and ride a motorcycle, look no further than SFL Mini GP. Also go to the website if you guys want to register for an event. It is miniusasbk.com. It's super easy to do, to navigate. Sign up, show up, have fun, be fast, right? Big shout out to RD Racing and my buddy Jake March out there this year at the Burmese Championship. Mate, I hope you absolutely kill it. I know the season's coming up quick. All my vets out there, I got a good buddy named Jim. He runs Vet2 Track, which is a vet program. His motto is curing PTSD one lap at a time. So any of my vets out there, look them up, www.vet2track.com. Big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics for all your sunglass needs. 64-degree racing, man. Tate is absolutely amazing. He sent me a 2-piece custom undersuit, and it's my favorite 2-piece undersuit. I have a 1-piece from Bison, and it's my favorite 1-piece. It's funny because throughout you got people that love 2 pieces, you got people that love 1-piece undersuits, right? I'm the guy that I love them both. They have their own important role to play versus a 2-piece and a 1-piece, but you're not going to go wrong by ordering anything from either Bison, 64-degree racing, and Venom. So big shout out to Venom and my girl Aliki that owns that, and they're absolutely amazing too. Big shout out to Ghetto Customs for all your custom bodywork needs, right? He's absolutely amazing. If you guys live in Pennsylvania, look no further than Carnes Performance. Don't go to any other dealership. Go and buy from Carnes. If you need bike worked on, don't take it nowhere else in Pennsylvania. Take it to Carnes Performance. Big shout out to KYT Helmets America. Isaac's a KYT rider. You guys see my KYT hat right there. So big shout out to Brandon Cray too. He's absolutely amazing. And the products are simply the best on the market. Big shout out to K-Tech Suspension, Birch, Kendall, and Dakari. And of course, my man Isaac and Carnes right here on Nitron. So big shout out to them. If you're in Virginia, look no further than Coleman Power Sports for your dealership. If you are in North Carolina, ready to race, my buddy Ryan Snooks, look no further than him. If any of you guys and girls ever wanted to do a track day on a MotoGP track, look no further than Make Leo Escapes Track and Tour. Big shout out to Road Racing World. I need you guys and girls go to roadracingworld.com, sign up and donate to the air fences. It's imperative that we have those. If we don't have the air fences, guess what? We're not doing track days or racing. So please show up, donate, whether it's $1, $5, $500, whatever you can do. Trust me, it's greatly appreciated. And if you're lucky and you're at the track and Chris Ulrich is having a 2-up ride, you do X amount of donation, you get a 2-up ride with the legend of Chris Ulrich, which is something I want to do, Chris. So if you're listening, I need that 2-up ride, baby. Big shout out to STG, Brian Van and Max Van. Congratulations, Max, on your M4 ride this year. If you guys and girls need any graphics done on your motorcycles, look no further than Gus Rodeo. He has his own graphic company called GRG. And 2 of my other buddies that does it too is Drip and Ret and REB Graphics. You're not going to go wrong by ordering any graphics for your dirt bikes, Honda Groms, whatever it is, trailer wraps, truck wraps, whatever you want done. Look no further than that, stickers and all that good stuff. All my friends out there in the UK want any professional coaching done, you can get it done by Mike the Spike Edwards. You can go to mikeedwards.net and sign up. You can also go to v121pro.com and sign up for all your proper coaching out there. Big shout out to BTR, Build Train Race program here in Moto America, man. I love what they do for all the girls, getting them into the sport. It's absolutely amazing. Big shout out to Aunt Lee Terry at the Racer 411 program at tippingracing.com. Big shout out to California Superbike School UK, Moto Mutt International. My buddy Cole King, he's a flat track legend, also races in the Super Hooligan. He has a dealership called King's Performance. So if any of you guys and girls need your Indian or Harley, your Triumph motorcycle worked on, look no further than him. My buddy Kevin started a new race program out there. You kind of like WERA and CCS and CMVA and all that, called SCMRC. It's out there in Texas. He had a great turnout. I think it was 2 weekends ago was the first weekend. He might have had another weekend since then. If you guys around the Texas area or around Texas, look no further than that, sign up and go out there and get you some racing in. It's actually pretty popular right now, and it just started, which is also good for our sport. It's helping our sport grow too in that way, which is amazing. We need more of that in our sport. So big shout out to everyone at Turn 12. Big shout out to my man Dave Houston out there in the UK at Obsessing Engineering. And last but not least, big shout out to BTI Photos. Man, the list is long, man. It just keeps growing, right? But, everybody asks me all the time, all these are my personal friends that work inside our beautiful circus, right? You're not going to go wrong by ordering anything from any of these people. We need to keep it within our circus to make our circus grow. So nothing but love to all you guys and girls. If you guys happen to miss this, as soon as we end this podcast, you can go right to YouTube and rewatch it, or you can go to my Facebook page. It'll be out everywhere on socials and all that good stuff, Spotify, heart, blah, 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 tomorrow. So, yeah, man, that was a long-winded breath right there, man. I feel like I was getting ready to pass out, right? So anyway, Isaac, dude, the floor is yours. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Isaac Woodworth. Tell everybody where they can find you on socials, when you get your T-shirts in, where they can pick them up at, and show all the love and support.
Yeah, I just want to say, first off, thanks to all my sponsors, Carnes Performance, TST Industries, Mex Auto Bodies, Woodcraft, Adrenaline Engineering, Adriani. They help with the suspension too. NG Brakes, everybody who helps out the team. And then also, I want to give a shout out to my personal sponsors, KYT America, MV Racing Apparel, and then Lemons. Lemons is a big sponsor, and then Brent at Clemente's Auto, Chef Eats, of course, everybody who helps me out, SFL Mini GP. And then on social media, Instagram is Isaac Woodworth _27, Facebook's Isaac Woodworth #27, and then YouTube, Isaac Woodworth Racing. So you can find me on all those platforms.
So you guys heard that. So get off of here, go out there, follow Isaac on all those socials, sign up for his YouTube channel. And with me saying that, if you guys and girls have not had a chance, please go to my YouTube and hit that ding, 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 that bell, right? It helps me out a whole lot, and I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, listen, real quick, David Batty says, I hope to be on the Ridge round and at Laguna Seca, and I'm planning on it. I will not be at Laguna or the Ridge. It's absolutely, too far from me. I know I'd get a plane ticket and all that, but I will be at I'll be at Road Atlanta, VIR, Jersey, and I'm gonna try to make Mid Ohio. We'll just see how it goes. So those are the rounds that I'm personally going to be at for the rest of the year. So yeah, looking forward to seeing all my friends and family at the racetrack coming up soon. I can't wait. Isaac, next weekend coming up, man, you're going to absolutely murder it. I'm going to be sitting here on the TV, hooping and hollering, screaming for you. And of course, all my friends that race in Moto America. So again, big shout out to Carnes Performance and everybody on the team, TST Industries and everybody. And I hope all you guys and girls enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope it's proper mega. Enjoy this MotoGP sprint race that is actually, I'm peeping out as I'm doing this, getting ready to check it out. So you guys and girls enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yeah, 2025 is going to be a proper mega year for Isaac. So let's fucking go, as I always say, right? Yeah, let's go, baby. Our next podcast, Isaac, I don't know why I keep forgetting to tell you this, but since you have your YouTube and your Facebook, on your top left or right hand corner, you can actually log into your socials and it'll stream on your Facebook and your YouTube as well when we go live. So we will set that up for our next podcast. You guys stay tuned, because I plan on sitting down with Isaac after the Barber weekend, which is coming up, which is next weekend. So probably maybe the following weekend, if we have the opportunity and Isaac's not busy and he's not riding, we'll be able to sit down and talk about the Barber weekend and the trophy he brings home. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, let's go. Until then, appreciate you guys watching. Have a proper mega weekend. Isaac, is there anything you want to say before I end this?
I just want to say thank you for everything, and I need support, so please hit me up if you guys want a spot on my helmet or a spot on my leathers. So yeah, just thank you.
We need to get you a fan club started, kind of like Juju does.
Well, I have a lot of spots on my helmet. If anybody wants to hit me up about details for that, I have spots on the jaw, and then spots on top, and then on the back. So, and then I also have spots on my leathers if anybody wants a spot on there too.
Real quick, speaking of that, before we end this, is there like a minimum sponsorship package that you're offering?
Like the minimum, I think like the little sides on the helmet. We can do weeklies or for the season, but like those are the cheapest. The ones on the helmet on the sides. The front is the premium, because like that's what you're gonna see when I'm on the bike. So those are a little more expensive, but the ones on the sides are less expensive for the weekly. And then like I also have like a Google Doc of all like the spots in case anybody wants to know about it.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, if there's any way, I can help you guys out, man, you already know, hit me up. And me and you're going to chat here in a minute. So ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Please go sign up, help donate to this future legend of the sport right now. Listen, everybody in this sport needs help, because it's super expensive. So anything helps at all, right? It goes a long way. So yeah, until next time, we'll see you soon.
Peace out.
All right, let me end this.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.